So as many of you might already know, I recently hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. What does that look like? How did I get there? How has it changed my life since then? Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you all about it. So I've been wanting to do something a little bit different on this channel. I wanted to show you guys kind of what things were like behind the scenes. So I thought I'd start today's video talking about what it was like reaching 10,000 subscribers. So if you happen to be watching this video and you aren't a part of the Rust community, that's okay. This video is for you too. I guess the first thing I'd like to get into is, why did I start this channel to begin with? Well, first of all, way back in 2006, which is when I actually started this YouTube account. And just for those that don't know or are too young to realize, YouTube was a very different place in 2006. And everyone just needed to have a YouTube account so that you could watch videos of people doing weird things that were happening in 2006. That's so long ago, I can't even imagine creating content in a world like that. But whatever, such is life. We are where we are. That's when I started this account, was in 2006. And yes, if you go through my video history, you're going to see that I did a lot of other things on the channel before I actually got into what I'm doing today. And you can quite easily chalk that up to, I don't know what the hell I'm doing on this channel. I'm just uploading videos. I don't really care about analytics, views. I didn't care about anything. I didn't know that any of that stuff actually mattered. So then finally in 2019, I decided, okay, I actually want to do something with this channel. I want to create something that is my own, something that I'm good at, something that other people can get use out of, all of these things. I wanted to build something. So I sat down and I thought, okay, what am I good at? And yes, I mean, obviously I'm good at various different things, but it really boiled down to, what can I do for my viewers that's going to help them or benefit them in some way? And that's how I came up with Rust Admin Academy. So I wanted to teach people how to create, operate, and maintain Rust servers. I'm good at it. I've done it in the past. I'm good at teaching other people how to do it. So I thought, okay, great, let's build a channel around that. And that's exactly what I did. So the funny thing is going back to when I was just putting up trash videos about various different things, I was actually getting paid like pennies per view for people watching these videos. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the business side of YouTube at that time. I didn't understand. But what I did know is that Google was sending me a paycheck for things that I didn't think there was any value in. So whatever. And then in, I want to say very early 2018, they actually changed those rules for who would actually get paid for the content that they had on their YouTube account. So as I'm sure many of you already know, they changed the rules that you had to have at least 1,000 subscribers and you had to have over 4,000 watched hours of content on your channel before you would be invited into what's called the YouTube Partnership Program, or the YPP. And when they changed those rules, it boggled my mind. I was like, is there really something to this? Like, am I missing out on something? And turns out, yes, I very much was. I was missing out because I didn't take the time to learn about the business behind YouTube. I was missing out. I had lost my partnership, which I didn't even earn in the first place. So I said, you know what? It's time to buckle down. I'm going to build something. I'm going to re-earn my partnership back. I'm going to make valuable content, and I'm going to help some people. So that's how Rust Admin Academy became a thing. I wanted to help people. I wanted to create something that was of value, and I wanted my partnership back. I wanted to get those pennies trickling in every month. No, it's not all about the money. Trust me, YouTube is not about the money, especially now that I've learned that it's not about the money. Trust me, it's not about the money. So I'm essentially doing an expectations versus reality type of situation for this video, because I had what I thought were decent expectations going on in my brain, but the reality of things is vastly different. So of course, what's the first thing that you do when you start a new project? Well, of course, you want to research as much of everything as you possibly can before you get started. Guess what? That was my first mistake. But in my research processes, I came across a couple of different channels that had a vast amount of information for how to get started on your YouTube account, how to start creating good, valuable content. One of those people was Sean Cannell with Think Media. And one of his things is just hit record, just get started. Like, don't wait, don't try to figure out, don't try to get all of the answers before you hit record. Just hit record, figure it out later, because everything is a process. Like, you have to start out. People look at a YouTube channel, like a well-established YouTube channel, and they think, I want to do that. And that's exactly what I did. I said, I want to be just like Sean Cannell. Guess what? Sean Cannell started out exactly where I did, knowing nothing, having no camera presence, having no equipment. He didn't know what he was doing, just like I didn't know what I was doing. And no, by the way, these names that I'm about to mention, including Sean Cannell, this is not a sponsorship. I'm not trying to direct you to their channels. Just know that this is where I started out. This is where I started my research. Sean Cannell, Alex Halford, Nick Nimmin, Catherine Manning, Harris Heller at Alpha Gaming. Those are probably my 5 most watched channels because they're growing and I want to grow with them. I want to do what they're doing. I'm not copying them exactly, of course, because they're doing very different things from what I am, but I can still take what they're doing on their channels and translate that into what I'm doing on my channel. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So when you see something changing on my channel, chances are pretty good that it was something that I just recently seen on somebody else's channel. This overlay that you're seeing on my screen right now, this was actually inspired by the gentleman that you see on the screen right now. This is Jeremy from The Quartering. He also runs another channel called Midwestly. He does very current, up-to-date topics, things that we're hearing about in the news. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I kind of designed my overlay based off of what I saw on his channel. When I first decided, okay, I want to do something with this channel, I was worried about things like, I mean, obviously I was worried about what kind of content I was going to create, but most of that was pretty well taken care of for me. I just needed to actually create it. It's not like I have to spend a whole lot of time deciding on what type of video I'm going to do or what the subject matter of that video is going to be. But what I did need to learn is how to create a thumbnail that people were going to click on, and then of course how to edit the actual video once I was done. So for that type of stuff, that's what I learned from Alex Halford. He taught me basically everything I need to know about Vegas Pro 15. Yes, there's a lot of other video editing softwares out there. I just happened, my buddy said, hey, you should check out this Humble bundle. Went and checked it out. There was Vegas Pro on there. It came with a whole suite of other things. I decided that I didn't need any of that other stuff. I bought it all anyways. I haven't even used it. Even to this day, I still haven't used it. There's like sound editing and music editing and like audio editing stuff. But the part that I actually wanted from that bundle was Vegas Pro. So I took Vegas Pro, I took Alex Halford, I mashed them together, and this is what you're seeing right now. And in fact, when I'm done recording this video, I'm going to be using Vegas Pro and the stuff that I've learned from Alex Halford to create the final product that you guys are actually going to see. And then for the thumbnails at the time, you know, of course, because I, you know, researching things on YouTube, and people like Nick Nimmin and Catherine Manning, they all said use Canva. Canva is free. It's all web-based. It's super easy to do. And they're right. It is, but it does have limitations. So you come to a point where, do I pay for Canva or do I go to actual photo editing software? And you can tell if you go back in my channel history, you're going to see I was very clearly using Canva to create my thumbnails. I wish that I had learned earlier on that photo editing software was the way to go. And then of course I needed to decide, okay, am I going to pay for Photoshop or am I going to use something free like GIMP? I decided obviously to start out with something free, which of course led me to GIMP. And I'll probably never go back. In fact, I use GIMP for just about everything that comes to graphic design. And on that note, yes, I am my own person. I do everything. I record, I do my own scripts, I do my own content, I do my own thumbnails, I do my own video editing. I am the only one that does anything. There are people out there like Jeremy, for example. He's got an editing team, he's got a thumbnail team, he's got somebody that reads his emails for him. Like, I could only wish to ever one day be that big. I hope that I get that big, that I can, you know, bring on a staff or whatever. But right now it's just me. So one thing that I thought was kind of fun is I thought we would go back and watch my first ever video that was related to Rust Admin Academy. I don't know. I haven't watched it in quite some time. I'm sure it's going to be pretty cringy. We're not going to watch the whole thing, obviously, but we'll watch a couple of seconds of it to see how it goes. Okay, so right off the bat, I can see that I'm reading off of a script, which is hilarious. I'm wearing a hat. Why am I wearing a hat in this video? I never wear hats. Oh, and this intro. Oh, that intro was so bad. I was so nervous when I recorded this. I was so nervous. You guys can't even imagine. So anyways, yeah, that was my first ever Rust Admin Academy recording. And like, wow. I mean, to me, it's super cringy. You can tell that I wasn't comfortable in front of the camera. I wasn't comfortable knowing that, you know, tens, maybe hundreds, maybe even thousands of people were going to see this video. I was super nervous. Anyways, so that's all history, whatever. So of course I was grinding away, making videos just like that one for, you know, as many people as I thought I could get entertained by it or educated by it. And I just kept grinding away at it until finally in February of 2020, yes, during the coof, we'll call it, or at the very beginning of the coof, I should say, I finally hit my 1,000. I finally hit the requirements to be partnered with YouTube. And I happened to be in the Dominican Republic at the time. I was actually on vacation with my significant other, wife, girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. We're not actually married, but I mean, we're basically married. And I got the notification. I got the email that I had been accepted into the YouTube partnership program, and I was super excited. And I even put out a video while I was in the Dominican. Try editing and uploading a video while you're on Dominican Wi-Fi networks, and it was a challenge. It took me about 5 hours to get that video recorded, edited, and posted and uploaded. It took about between 4 and 5 hours. It was ridiculous. But anyways, I was super excited to finally be partnered into the partnership program. And I thought, okay, great. This is going to be the beginning of something, right? I didn't know what to expect. Again, expectations versus reality. I didn't know what to expect. And I thought like my YouTube career was finally going to start taking off. It didn't. I thought there was going to be like some sort of a turnkey type of situation where all of a sudden you're a YouTube partner. That means YouTube's going to start promoting your work and you're going to start getting a whole bunch more views and all this other stuff. I was totally wrong. Like getting into the YouTube partnership program is just the first step of many steps to come. Was it a big deal? Absolutely. I was super excited about it. We celebrated it while we were in the Dominican. We had drinks, we clinked, we cheersed, we, did all of that stuff. I was super excited. But in the upcoming weeks and months after that, I was like, did anything really change? I mean, yeah, granted, I started making money off my videos, which that was super cool. It wasn't a ton of money, but it wasn't nothing. So immediately, as soon as I start seeing that money rolling in, and we're talking like $1 per day, if I'm lucky, I was like, okay, great. Now I have cash flow. I can start reinvesting into the channel, and you can gradually see this start happening. Every penny that I make off of the channel goes directly back into the channel, whether that be classes I take or equipment that I buy or whatever, which we're going to get into that in just a minute here. But everything that I make off of my YouTube channel goes back into my YouTube channel. Do I eventually hope that one day I can actually take a paycheck out of it? Absolutely. But I'm not holding my breath for that. So since February of 2019, the community has grown very well. My channel is growing at a fairly consistent pace. I'm very happy with it. The Discord has just over 3,000 members in it. And yes, I mean, members come and go quite often. Actually, I've seen a lot of members leave and come back and leave and come back a couple of times. That's totally cool. But I do encourage everyone join the Discord at discord.srtbull.com, because while also having access to all of those other members, there's also resources in there that you can just download and use pre-made configuration files, pre-made bases, whatever you want. There's a ton of information in there for everybody. I have some really great moderators in there, so if you do run into a problem, of course, you can reach out to myself or any of my moderation team. I've also lost a couple of really great moderators, and I'm still, seriously, I'm hoping to this day that they come back. They wanted to step away for a little while. That's totally cool. Take care of your business, but I'm still waiting for them to come back. Hopefully they do, because they were a huge asset to the Discord community and my channel for that matter. When I first started out the channel, I thought I was going to be able to ask my friends and my family, people on your Facebook or whatever. I thought, hey, I can ask them to go watch my channel, watch my videos, like, comment, subscribe, do all of the steps that we know that we have to do on YouTube. And I thought that was going to actually help my channel grow. And turns out, because I was so niched down, which you are supposed to do, you don't want to have a YouTube channel with just, hundreds of various different topics. You want to niche down to something specific. So I did that, which doesn't interest any of my friends or family. So how can I possibly expect them to watch my videos and engage on my videos to help my channel grow? It's just not realistic to expect your friends and family to do that, unless you're doing something that's going to interest them. But anyway, so I stopped asking my friends and family to watch my videos and like my videos and all that other stuff, because I was actually getting quite frustrated that they weren't actually doing it. But how can I expect them to watch something that they have absolutely no interest in learning about? It was ridiculous. And I actually created an animosity, and it only happened in myself. It's not like I expressed any animosity towards these people. I was just like, hey, I put out a new video. Why aren't you watching it? No, that's not the way to go. Like, talk about annoying your friends and family with watching your videos that they have no interest in. So I stopped doing that, and I feel much better about that situation. In fact, if none of them even ever see this video, that's okay. So what are some things that I've done leading up to my 10,000 subscribers? Well, like I was just talking about, I did start generating some money, so I thought I'd start investing that back into the channel. So of course, when I first started out, I had the Audio-Technica 2020 USB version of this mic that you're seeing right here. This one is the XLR. So I was using the 2020 USB back in the day when I used to stream, and it was fine for that. I didn't need any kind of trickery or anything like that. It was just for streaming. So as soon as I could, I switched to an XLR version of the Audio-Technica 2020, which which then of course I also added the Go XLR, which took me forever to make the switch over. I don't know why, but I was being a chicken shit about it and I just delayed it. It actually took me about 3 months to get rid of my USB and add my XLR with my Go XLR. I wish I'd done it sooner because the sound quality of this recording is so much better than what it was before. The gaming rig that you saw in the picture, actually I'll show the picture again right now. The gaming rig that you see in this picture was built by Memory Express in the province that I live in. No, this isn't a plug for them. Just know that they're really great to deal with. So if you're in Canada and you're looking for high-end quality gear, check out Memory Express because they're the bomb diggity. But no, I'm not getting paid to say that. So in that gaming rig, I had, of course, the GTX 1080 Ti, which I absolutely love. And then in January of 2021, I bought myself the RTX 3080, which much to my disappointment, I still haven't had installed in my computer. Why? I don't have a good reason for that. We could say the COOF is a good reason for that because technically I don't do any of my own work on my own rig. I send it to the guy that actually built my rig from Memory Express, and he does all of my upgrades, fixes, repairs, whatever. And because of the COOF, I haven't been able to go there to actually have the new memory card installed. That's not a good excuse. It's barely even a reason, but these are the facts and this is where we're at. So yes, I have an RTX 3080 sitting right there just off of camera. And yes, I'm super frustrated. And that's exactly why I leave it sitting there, because I'm super mad at myself that I still don't have it installed in my rig yet. And I want to be reminded every day that I'm being such a loser about it. Facts are facts. Everything that you see of me right here is all done on a Logitech 4K webcam. No, I can't actually record in 4K. I can only record in 2K, which for the most part, that's good enough for YouTube anyways. This is a funny story and I want to share this with you guys. I did actually go out and buy a mirrorless DSLR. This is actually it right here. It's a Canon M50. I love this camera. It's really great. And I thought, okay, let's bring this into the production. Let's use it for recording what you're seeing right now. Guess what? It doesn't work. So I went out and I bought the Elgato Camlink 4K. I thought, okay, this is exactly what this is designed for. So this is going to increase my camera quality for my viewers. Guess what? Nope, doesn't work. And I'm not going to get into the reasons as to why it doesn't work. Just know that the Canon M50 does not work for what I'm doing right here. It would be great for taking pictures, obviously, because it's a camera and that's what they do. And it would also be very great for people that do vlogs. So I'm not saying anything bad about the Canon M50 for vlogging, but using it in place of a webcam, don't even try it. Just trust me, don't even try it. And of course, as you saw in the picture, I have my lighting, my studio lighting, which I just bought from Amazon. They're just cheapies. I think I spent like maybe $150 on those lights. This kind of circles into my reality versus expectation type of situation about hitting 10,000 subscribers. I thought when you hit 10,000 subscribers, I thought like sponsorships were going to pour in and I was going to start getting all these business offers and all this other stuff. Guess what? Nope. Not for me. Yes, there are channels out there that are approximately the same size as mine. Maybe their content is better. Maybe what they're actually building their content on has a bigger audience than I do. I'm not really sure what the reasoning is behind it, other than the scam offers that I keep getting. Like I'm not getting phone calls or emails from Elgato saying, hey, we want to send you a bunch of free stuff so that you can show it off on your channel. Again, maybe that's a lack of experience. I don't really know. Maybe I should be contacting them. I don't really know how to get into the sponsorship game. I know that it's possible to do. I know that, like I said, I know that there's people that are approximately the same size that I am that are having these deals, but that's just not where I'm at. Again, you have to experience things in the right order in order to get to where you want to go. So yeah, while I aspire to be like these people and, be successful and get these sponsorship deals, I obviously haven't learned the right steps to get there yet. And that's okay. That'll come in time. So this is something that I wanted to show you guys. So at the end of December of 2020, I started to notice something happening on my channel that I couldn't really explain. And at the time, I mean, obviously there was things happening that I didn't know about, but I started seeing this amazing amount of growth happening on my channel. And I thought, oh my God, is it happening? Is this like the growth explosion that I was waiting for? And I was so excited. I was telling my girlfriend every day, like, hey, I did blah, blah, blah stat or, whatever. I was just super excited and it was so much fun to watch. And so this blue line here is what I was watching at the time. And as you can see there, it dipped off. But now we know, looking back on it, that it was a certain group of streamers that were bringing in a lot of new players to Rust that had never been there before. Rust actually hit over 100,000 players at any given time during this period in January of 2021. And I was benefiting from that because, you know, people were trying to grab onto the growth. I didn't even know what was happening at the time. I just knew that my channel was getting views and subscribers, and I thought this was the blow up that I had been waiting for. Turns out it wasn't, because like I said, as you can see on the screen there, that my viewership started to drop off, and it eventually has now gone back down to where it was prior to this little boom, which is okay. I'm totally okay with that, because I started to panic. I was like, what am I going to do with all of these subs, and how am I going to keep up with the content that I was doing? And I had all these crazy thoughts going on in my head, and I didn't know what to do. It was terrifying for me. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to have to start getting people to start answering my comments for me. I was getting too many comments, too many questions. It was just insane for me. I can't even express it to you guys. So just to show you guys, I know a lot of people are really interested in analytics, and yes, there are some that I'm going to show you, but this is the channel, my channel growth since looks like December 11th of 2006. I know that's before some of you were even born, or some of you, or a lot of you were very young in 2006. But anyway, so this is my viewership since the inception of the channel in 2006. This is what it looks like in the last 365 days. Now that's a dumb statistic. I should just show you what it looked like in 2020. This was 2020. As you can see at the end there, that was like this big jump that I was all excited about. This is how things look so far in 2021. This is the end of the big jump that I was just talking about, and this is where things have averaged off again, back down to like normal viewership, what I'm used to seeing on my channel. Now, of course, everyone is always wondering about what kind of money do you make on YouTube? This is going to be shocking information. I don't know if I'm actually allowed to show this on a video or not, but I'm going to do it anyways, and we'll see what happens. So in all of 2020, now remember, I only got partnered in February of 2020, but since then in 2020, I made $942.23. And so far in 2021, I've made $1,260.79. So is this like a big, am I going to retire off of this? No. I mean, the Rust community it's not very big. Like I said earlier, during January, when we were at our craziest boom, we were at 100,000 players playing Rust. So let's say like maybe 10% of those 100,000 are actually server owners or people that are interested in starting servers. That's a really small percentage of the YouTube population that I'm trying to grab attention from. So is this channel going to allow me to retire just off of my Google paychecks? Absolutely not. I have no hope of that ever being the case. If it did, of course, I would absolutely quit my day job and do this full time. Unfortunately, that's just not the reality of the situation right now. Now, because I'm not a YouTube training, teaching channel or anything like that, I'm not going to get into the CTR or anything like that. That's just not what this channel is all about. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of, you know, where the channel started out, where it's going, where I would hope that it goes. I don't know what that's going to look like. I just know that I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep bringing you guys new videos, new tutorials, new previews of plugins that are coming out, which I have a good one coming up very, very shortly. And at the end of the day, I just kind of wanted to tell you guys about my journey of, you know, 0 to 10,000 subscribers. Does 10,000 subs change your life? No, it really doesn't. It just means you're doing something right, and you need to take care of the viewers that you do have. If you get more, great. If you don't, you still need to take care of the viewers that you do have. Which brings me to another statistic that is worthwhile showing you guys. 33.3% of my viewers are actually subscribed to my channel. 66.7% are not subscribed. If this helps you want to be subscribed to my channel, great, then this video did its job. And if you find anything helpful anywhere in my channel whatsoever, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Is it a reality that one day I might hit 100,000 subscribers? At this pace, I honestly doubt it. I mean, of course, I would absolutely love to get that YouTube play button. However, if I don't, that's okay too. I enjoy what I'm doing. I legitimately enjoy what I'm doing. This is not a job for me. This is just something fun that I do in my spare time. Nobody has any spare time anymore. Just know that I'm going to keep creating videos for you guys. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing right now. I hope that you guys are taking some value out of this. The channel, I mean, maybe not necessarily this video so much, but I've blabbered on for far too long already. So I'm going to cut this video off right now. If you guys are still watching this video, I super appreciate you waiting till the very end of the video. And of course, as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will be getting back into my regular programming, and I've got a really cool plugin that I want to tell you guys about, which I hinted to a little bit earlier on a previous video, but I know you guys are going to love this video. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, make sure you leave comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video.